Hi lovely people, it's Laura here from Total Body Wellbeing. I'm so glad to be with you today on the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice. I'm recording this video for my community as part of my monthly membership, Perimenopause and Menopause Fitness Club. As part of that, we do a regular yoga class. This class is all about slowing down, connecting in at the end of the year. When things slow down, there's the least amount of light. We're going to be doing a little bit of movement seated, some breath work, some very restorative postures using props, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we're going to end with some relaxation. So this is kind of my gift to you, and also a chance to see the kind of things we do in yoga, fitness yoga. This is something particularly with the props that we're going to use and the relaxing stretches that we do as part of my monthly sound bath, breath work and chilled yoga release. So I hope that you do enjoy this practice. It's only going to be about 45 minutes in total, but I'm sure that it will help you to just release and relax at this slower time of the year. So for the practice, you're going to need 2 bed pillows, okay, like this. They're going to support you in some of the poses that we do towards the end of the session. You need a couple of blankets as well, and you'll also need a cushion for your head. How appropriate, look at that lovely heart cushion there. So just to explain the format of today, I'm going to take you through some breath work. You're going to set an intention. Then we're going to move into some seated postures, very, very gentle. This practice is all about slowing down, so nothing intense, just wear some relaxed clothing. You don't really need to have any prior experience for this. Then we'll move into some very yummy, totally relaxing postures using those props that I just showed you. To help the body relax, but in a supported way. And then we'll end with some meditation. So I'm sure you're going to really enjoy this, and I can't wait to take you through the practice. So let's now move into the breathwork part of our practice, where we'll set a little intention and just connect back in with ourselves. As you know, I'm a fan of making things into rituals. So before we start, I'm going to anoint myself with a little bit of oil, which is something that I always do in my yoga and sound bath sessions with Laura, who runs them. And what we've got here is a lovely little oil that's made for me, a nice exciting collaboration with Luna Rose Aromatherapy. So she's made me a beautiful oil with frankincense, orange, lavender, geranium, absolutely beautiful. And these little practices just make things that little bit more special. So what I want you to do is I want you to sit up nice and tall. I've actually got a meditation cushion, which helps to elevate my hips and make me nice and comfortable. Try to create a nice ambience and setting. You're more likely to want to stick to a practice when you do. So let's do some breath work and connection and grounding together on this shortest day of the year. I don't know how much you know about the winter solstice, but it is the time of the year when we have the least amount of light. It signals the end of the year as we start to really move into winter. And this can be a lovely time to really start to mirror nature, connect back in with yourself, and just take things that little bit slower. It is a busy time of year, but all of these practices really help to calm our nervous system and soothe us. So just embrace the darkness today as we celebrate together the winter solstice. So what I'm going to get you to do first of all is just rub your palms together, come into your space, and then maybe just send that energy that you've created in your hands to an area maybe where you're feeling a little bit tight, maybe into your neck, maybe into your shoulders, wherever you feel you need it, just to start to ground into your space. And then when you're ready, you can just start to close down the eyes and just soften your gaze, whatever you feel comfortable with, as we start to connect within. So this is a very busy time of the year. And so this kind of practice where we ground can be really important. So I want you to sit up nice and tall with a nice straight spine. And we'll do 2 little things. So we'll elevate up through the core central line from the pelvic floor all the way to the crown of the head. Imagine a piece of string is pulling you from the crown of your head up to the ceiling. But at the same time, let's ground down through the major muscle groups. So start to relax the head, the neck, and the shoulders. And then starting to really start to connect in with the lower body now. Really grounding down through those hips and those sit bones. So really feeling that connection. And then start to just ground in through the lower body. Imagining now that you're pulling up that energy from the earth beneath you, and start to bring that healing energy up through the sit bones and the hips, up through the abdomen and the chest, up to the shoulders, the neck, through the crown of the head. So just connecting back in with the surface beneath you now, really feeling the weight of your body on the mat. And then we're just going to tap into some breathing. So I'll invite you to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And we'll just do a couple of breaths. And we'll simply observe the movement of breath through our body. We're going to breathe in through our nose for a count of 4. We'll hold our breath for a count of 2. And then we'll breathe out as if we're breathing through a straw for a count of 6. We'll do that 4 times. Then we'll just feel that expansion. So remember, a lot of us are chest breathers. When we're babies, we know how to breathe, but over time, with the stresses and strains of modern life, we forget how to breathe. Proper breath goes deep into your belly, through the nose, lifts your rib cage and your chest. You feel that expansion. And then as you release, you feel that contraction back down. So let's just do a couple of breaths together. Breath work is the quickest way to change your physiology. So take a nice inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then hold your breath. And then breathe out 6 through the mouth, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when you breathe out, where you get the most benefit, I want you to really release through every muscle and cell within your body. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. Big full breath. Hold your breath just for a few moments, and then release out through your mouth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do that 2 more times, slowing everything down, just you and your breath, nice and connected. Inhale again for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding your breath, and then big release. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then final time, big inhale for your nose for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding your breath, and then releasing out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll just do a little shake out. And we'll move into the seated practice now with our yoga. Okay, so let's start by warming up the body very gently and very slowly in some seated postures. So we're just going to roll the wrists, nice and gentle, clasp the hands together, and just release through those wrists. So just nice and gentle practice, nothing too complicated. Sit up nice and tall, thinking about that posture. And then we're just going to take the head in the hand and we're going to lean over to one side as we walk the fingers out. So spider walk those fingers out and just feel a stretch in your shoulder. Keep breathing in and out, nice and gentle, as you feel a release in your neck and a release in your shoulder. And then we'll simply swap sides, nice slow movements and transitions. So walk that finger out to the side, make sure you can see me. Walk those fingers out so you get a bit of a stretch and lean over to one side. And then we're just going to place the hands on our shoulders and we're going to just start to do some movement through the upper body. So we're just going to do those rotations. So releasing through the shoulder area. The fingertips on the shoulders, bringing those elbows to touch if you can. Oh, that feels so good. And it feels nice to do a nice slow movement. Listen to your body. At this time of year, we don't need to be rushing around. We need to ground and we need to slow down. And then take those arms back. So nice release. Oh, I just feel like already just feeling that little bit calmer. And I'm really enjoying doing this with you today. It's exactly what I need for the winter solstice. Okay, then we're just going to do a little bit of rotation in the upper body. We're going to turn to one side. And then we'll turn to the other side. One more time each side. Nice straight spine. Head following the turning motion. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start to do some circles. So we're just going to sit up nice and tall, and then we're going to bring that chest over those knees as we draw a circle. Keep your sit bones on the floor. This is one of my favourite moves. You can make it as, make it your own. You can move your shoulders and your head, or you can just do like a uniform circular motion, whatever you want to do. Just do some nice circles. Oh, this feels good. And then just change direction. You want to keep your sit bones on the floor the whole time. So this is just our nice, gentle warm-up. And release. Okay, now we're going to stir the pot, another one of my favourites. So we'll clasp our hands together, and we're just going to start to make some movements now with the upper body. So bring the wrists in towards us. We draw a circle. Amazing. Well done, everybody. Oh, this feels good. And then we're going to go around the other way. So we're just going to stir the pot. Stir the pot. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to take a nice side bend. So nice and gentle, arm in line with the ear. Press that palm down. Feel that release in the side of the body. Really feeling that lovely stretch. And then we'll come center and we'll press the palms together. Drop the shoulders, press the palms in, and just feel a stretch up through the central line of the body. And then we'll just take it to the other side. So hand comes down, arm comes in line with the ear. Nice side stretch. And then we're just going to do a seated twist again, up through that central line. Twist opposite hand to the opposite knee, and then take a little turn to the back of the room, up on those fingertips. And then again, let's do that. Push up through the center, drop the shoulders, and then we'll just turn to the other side. So nice seated rotation. Okay, a couple more stretches then. So I want you to, we're just doing a softer version of all the stretches. So we're just going to bring one foot in front of the other, rest it in front of the other foot. I hope you can see. Okay, so your foot comes out in front like this, and then all we're going to do is we're just going to walk our fingertips forwards, and we're going to have a little bit of a stretch in our hips. So you can come down onto your forearms here, or you can be up on your fingertips. You can just see me like that. So come down as far as you want to go and feel that opening in the hips. And just rest the upper body here, don't tense. And then we're just going to do the other side. So we just take the other foot, so simple, in front of you, nice and relaxed, and then you're just going to walk those fingertips forwards. Join me either on the fingertips or on the elbows to release through the other hip. And again, rest the upper body. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to clasp the feet with the hands, and we're just going to let those knees drop out to the sides and use our elbows as levers as we bow the head down. Feeling it in the inner thigh area, a little bit in the lower back as well. Again, bow the head down. And then we'll just do one more stretch. So we're going to place one foot towards the top of the thigh. We're going to turn towards our straight leg, and we're going to come and stretch into a hamstring stretch. So we're going to place the hands towards the top of the thigh, or we can come all the way down to the shin. We can even hold the foot, whatever we feel comfortable with, just releasing through that hamstring. This is our last stretch before we move into our more passive stretches with the props and the pillows. And then obviously we'll finish with a lovely bit of meditation at the end. So just feel that in the lower back, tipping from the hip, and also in the back of the leg. And then we're just going to swap sides. Oh yes. Just going to move so you can see me. Foot goes towards the top of the thigh, hips pivot towards the straight leg, release. You can have a bend in the knee if you want to. Reach for the foot, reach for the top of the thigh, or for the shin. Bow in the head. Okay, so that was our preparatory stretches. We're now going to move into our lovely restorative postures. So you'll need your 2 bed pillows, your head pillow, and also a couple of blankets for this part of the section of the class. Okay, so just start by sitting on your heels, upright, nice and tall. And then we're just going to get ready to go into our first posture. So for this first posture, you're just going to need 2 bed pillows. What we're going to do here is we're going to go into a supported child's pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your knees nice and wide, or however you feel comfortable. You're going to bring your cushions up towards your hips. I'm going to take my glasses off here. And what you're going to do is you're just going to fold into the cushions, turning your head to one side. So your toes are touching, your knees are nice and wide, and you're turning to one side to release the neck. So just enjoy this nourishing posture. You're getting a little bit of a stretch in the neck, and you're getting that stretch in the inner thighs and a bit in the lower back. So the idea with these series of postures is that you just relax and that you're supported by your props. The beauty of these props are they're things that you can get from home easily, so there's no investment. You can just use pillows from your bed, blankets, and just make yourself nice and cozy now. When we do our sound bath, chilled yoga and breathwork classes, we do these postures for a lot longer, but what I'm giving you is a little bit of a taste today, a little bit of a taste of the kind of things we do. Okay, so we're just going to turn our head to the other side now. Rest that cheek and that chin, hoping you can hear me. Turn to the other side, and again, just really enjoying that comfort of cuddling into the cushions. Make sure those cushions are right up towards your hips to support you. Turning your head to the other side and just releasing through the neck. Really releasing now. And just thinking about anything you may be holding on to, physically or mentally. And each time just bringing yourself back into this present moment. Okay, so we're going to come out of this now, and I'm going to take you into a position that sometimes we do in yoga where we have our legs up against the wall. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be elevating our ankles. So you're going to place 2 pillows stacked on top of each other. This is where having nice plump pillows is really useful. You're going to grab your head pillow, put it behind you, ready to sort of lean back. And then obviously you want some nice blankets here. So what I want you to do is I want you to have your ankles resting on those pillows so that they're nice and elevated. Your cushion is behind you, and then you're going to cover yourself with a blanket. We're just getting a little bit of a stretch in the backs of the legs. So really enjoying this. You might want to put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. If you want to pause the video at any time and just hold these positions for longer, you can. So just tuning into your breath and really grounding down now through the back of the body. Feeling the elevation of those feet, feel so comfortable. You may want to have your hands by your sides, whatever you feel comfortable. This is all about you and just releasing into this winter solstice. So see if you can notice the movement of breath, rise and fall. It feels so good just to be nice and cozy on the darkest night of the year. I could stay here all day, you know. But we're going to move on to another posture now. So remember, you can stay longer if you want to. So the next move we're going to do, we only need one cushion, is we're going to have our head cushion behind us, and we're going to take one cushion in between our thighs, and then we're going to drop to one side. So just moving so I've got enough room to show you. So drop your knees to one side with the cushion in between, and then take the hands to the other. I'm going to show you to the camera so that it's a bit easier on the first side. So I'm dropping my knees over to one side and my arms to the other. So your knees are in line with your hips, you have the pillow in between your thighs, and you drop your knees to one side and you take your arms to the other and you look towards the hands. It's giving us a lovely release in the lower back, some rotation in the upper body. So really ground into your back body now. And again, just enjoy this decompression, this bit of relaxation in this busy period of the Christmas season. And these pillows are really helping to support us so we don't have to work too hard. Really just embracing this peace and stillness. Again, just tuning into that breath. And really allowing everything just to slow down. And how much are we rushing around? And just doing lots and lots of things, and our bodies and our minds work so hard for us, but it's nice to give them back just this bit of peace and relaxation. Okay, all you need to do is just take your knees to the other side, squeezing that pillow in between your legs, drop the knees to the other side, and then the arms come this way. And again, just relaxing, just letting your body go. And notice where your mind's at. You might be saying, oh, the thing with physical activity is we have this thing that we have to always be pushing and striving, working harder, more reps. And actually, at this time of year, your body just needs that self-soothing, that relax, that gentle movement. Just hanging here for a few more moments. We've just got one more posture to go after this, which is a great hip opener, before we move into our final relaxation. Okay, so for this next move, you're going to need 2 pillows. So you may want to watch this video through so that you know exactly what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to show you from the side what we're going to be doing, and then we'll get into the posture. So you're going to be lying down on your back. Your soles of your feet are going to be together, and you're going to drop your knees out to the side. Okay, but what you're going to do is you're going to prop up your hips with a pillow. So you're going to squash your pillow into a half shape, and you're going to let your knee drop over the top. Okay, so your soles of your feet are together. But what you're doing, if I just show you side on, is I've got my hips together like this, and then I've got my pillow, and I'm propping up my hips. My soles of the feet are together, and I'm in this position. Okay, so get into that position now. Line your back. Take the soles of your feet together, and then prop up those legs with those pillows so that you've got those elevated hips. So they're basically supporting and opening you without you having to do anything. And place your arms wherever you feel comfortable. You might have your hands down by your sides, and we're just going to open up through the hips. The hips can be where we do hold lots of tension. So this is a lovely one for opening up through the hips. And you're just going to feel really good after this stretch. So this can be quite a challenging stretch for people, but with the props, it just helps us to open our hips without too much stress and tension. So again, just ground here. So we've just done 4 postures here. We do a lot more in our breathwork, chilled yoga and sound bath. We run these on the last Friday of every month. Purpose is to just allow women to completely decompress and relax through the medium of breath, gentle movement, and then a beautifully restorative sound bath. We also run a regular yoga class, 7 p.m. every Thursday, where we use essential oils, we do breathwork, complete practice of physical yoga, and then relaxation. So maybe this is the year to bring in this kind of practice for yourself. Okay, so we're nice and stretched and relaxed. We're now going to move into our final relaxation. Okay, folks, so let's get as comfortable as we can for this final part of the relaxation. I want you to have your 2 stacked pillows underneath your knees and then place a blanket over you. Get nice and cozy. Make sure you've got that not bed pillow, but your cushion supporting your neck and your head. And we're just going to tune in for our final relaxation. So just start by noticing the different contact points that your body makes with the surface beneath you. Start to feel the back of the neck, backs of the shoulders. Start to imagine each vertebrae of your spine unwinding. Really feeling that connection of your back body with the floor, backs of the legs, behind the knee joint. The weight of those arms heavy by your sides and the backs of the heels. And we'll just start to bring that grounding sensation into the body. If you haven't already, close down those eyes and start to go within. And just like we did at the beginning of our practice, we'll start to tune in to that rise and fall of your breath. Something your body does for you naturally and automatically since the moment you were born. The body breathes for us. Just marvel in the magic of that statement. And just sit with your breath for a few more moments, just tapping into that gentle rise and fall. The gentle inhale as we bring energy to every part of your body, to all the cells. And then that gentle release, that detoxifying exhale as you release anything at this end of the year that is no longer serving you. Imagine just releasing it in the exhale. And as you breathe in and out, have a think about the things that you're holding on to that you need to release at this shortest day of the year. What people and situations are you holding on to that need to be released so that you can create space for new things in 2026? So just using that breath just to bring in that energy and then release anything that you want to let go of. And just staying for a few more moments with that breath, which is your gateway to the relaxation response, the system that allows us to decompress and to release any tension. And now we'll just leave our breath and we'll just move on, allow the body to just breathe naturally and easily. And we'll move on to the physical body. All I need you to do is just listen to my guidance and just start to release the body physically. Starting at the crown of the head, release any tension at the top of the head and the back of the head, across the forehead, into the muscles of the face and the jaw, and relaxing the tongue and the mouth, and then relaxing into the neck and the shoulders, and releasing the weight of those arms heavy by your sides, and relaxing across the heart space, into the abdomen and down the back of the body now, into the space between the backs of the shoulders, the spine and the sit bones and the hip bones. And releasing into the lower body, the backs of the legs, the lower legs, the tops of the thighs, into the knees, the shins, the ankles and the soles of the feet. Relaxing your whole entire body now. Imagining it's bathed in this blanket of relaxation, warm and cozy. And we'll just spend a minute or so now just in silence as we release and relax and let go. And then when you're ready, you can just move your neck from side to side. I really hope you've enjoyed that session as much as I have. And I really hope that you have an amazing Christmas and an amazing New Year. And I do hope to see some of you in 2026. For now, have an amazing Christmas and I'll see you very soon. Bye.